to the Gracie Mansion, where it's not as it was, not as hot as it was last week. Last week, when we were planning this, the staff suggested that we might have to cancel tonight's reception in the event of another heat wave. But I pointed out that if this group could wander in the desert for 40 years, we can handle one hot night in a tent to celebrate Jewish Heritage Month. Actually, I had a head start celebrating this year. A few weeks ago, I was in Sao Paulo as the chairman of the C40 conference, meeting a group of the world's major cities dedicated to climate control, and we all got together in Brazil. Guys, ladies. Anyways, the first Jews to come to the United States, wasn't the United States then, came to New York. It wasn't New York then, but they came from Brazil. And this wasn't the first time people would come to New York to escape religious persecution, and it certainly won't be the last. We are a city that welcomes everybody, and as long as I'm there, I can tell you, I will work as hard as I can to make sure that everybody is welcome here. And particularly, I always felt that these Jews in particular, given the persecution that we've suffered over the eons, have a particular obligation to make sure that we defend the rights of others to pray to whomever they want to and in any manner they want to. And we're going to do that in New York City. Now, the story of the people who came here remind us that celebrating Jewish heritage could be more than just a chance to mingle with the mayor and nosh with the posh, even if the hot dogs are delicious and kosher. Come on, this is hard, guys. This session on Cersei is an opportunity to remind ourselves of our long history of seeking liberty and valuing freedom, and it's a reminder that we must stand up for others who do the same. And what I was referring to before is last summer there was a great debate in New York City about whether a group of Muslim Americans should be allowed to build a mosque in Lower Manhattan. This is not the first debate of the kind, and won't be the last. But the important thing to remember is limiting the freedom of one group of people limits the freedom of all people, always. And we should never forget. As I said to somebody, if you want to build your shul, if you want to build your church, if you want to build your synagogue, you've got to make sure somebody else can build their mosque, and we're going to do that. New York is going to be the freest city and the freest country in the world, which is a big part of why New York City is the greatest center of Jewish communal life outside of Israel. We are joined by so many special guests this evening, and now it is my pleasure to turn the floor over to one of them. He is the Consul General of Israel, a country of vital importance to the Jewish community and to everyone who cares about freedom. And as we celebrate Jewish heritage, I think it's important that we also celebrate the one nation in the world whose very existence is tied to that heritage, and whose future must be ensured to protect that heritage. Yes. And Jewish heritage month is the perfect time to remind everyone, especially people in Washington, that Israel is America's best friend in the Middle East. America's commitment to Israel must be ironclad. From Israel's right to self-defense against all its adversaries and to the principle of rights of all persons non-negotiable. Period in the story. And now, please welcome our Consul General, the Honorable Ido Hararoni.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Also, would like to thank the Maccabees. Great. I have a special thank you for that. I'd like to thank them for not attempting to sing my name. As they did for the mayor. I'll tell you why. My name has been butchered here in New York brutally. My name, Ido Aharoni, is very different from some Americans. Those of you who don't know the origin of the name, Aharoni means belongs to the clan of Aaron. It used to be Aaronite. Recently, a nice lady in an Hadassah function introduced me as Consul Ida instead of Ido. I do live with my last name. She said, please welcome Consul Ida Ahorni.
That's answer.
hosting Mayor Bloomberg when he was still mayor-elect in December 2001 when he came to show solidarity with the people of Israel. And since then he came several times. He's very active in Israel, philanthropically and personally. And as the mayor of the Israel community, thank you for listening to me. I think that the New York community, as the mayor said, is probably the only place in the world that truly understands the reality, the full reality that exists in Israel. I have to tell you, we have a problem with Israeli officials. When we are given the task of communicating our country to you, the American people, we discover, much to our dismay, that most Americans have no real idea or concept of what Israel is all about, what Israel stands for. Most Americans, when they think of Israel, the first thing that comes to mind is war, conflict, and bloodshed. In New York, this is not the case. New Yorkers, largely thanks to the efforts of your civic leadership, New Yorkers understand what Israel is all about. Because here, Israel is a local story. I have to tell you, you'll be very proud to hear that. The state of Israel maintains no less than 110 diplomatic missions worldwide. We have only in North America 11 consulates. The New York office, which I'm heading, is not only the largest consulate in North America, it is the largest diplomatic representation Israel maintains worldwide. That's how important New York is for us. It is the capital of the free country. Thank you again. We're blessed to have Mayor Michael Bloomberg as the mayor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I should point out, I see Gene Albright, another of our commissioners, DYCD, and Police Commissioner Ray Kelly is here.